We are live with week 86 of Vindication. I am Alexander Shaw, joined as always by my good buddy Curtis here. Curtis, how are you doing?
Well, it's been a week. Out of all the weeks, it's the most recent one. I can tell you that, Alex, we've got a hell of a show coming up. This is going to be better than my week. I can tell you that for nothing.
Well, right now we've got the start of the dual brand tag division as the Misfits and Michael Young and Harris take on the Disciples of Evil, coming over from Nemesis to fight in the new tag division. Now, Harris has a little bit of history with Disciples of Evil. Was the one that
He
actually
does.
formed the group.
He does. Before the inevitable betrayal sunk in, the knives came out. I'm really excited about this Anything Goes tag division.
The opening match of Vindication is a tag team match and is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 253 pounds, from Melbourne, Australia, the Australian Assassin, Michael Young.
Coming to the ring, the Aussie Assassin, Michael Young, looking to get back in the saddle a little bit. Lost to the Starfield in a fatal four-way match at Week 83 to get the number one contendership for the world title. He's got to wonder, if Michael Young was the one that came on top, could he be the current world champion?
Well, it's a question that we'll never get the answer of, but I'm fairly sure you're right on the money there. He's going to establish himself with this tonight.
You think you know me?
And his tag team partner, weighing in at 250 pounds, from Tacoma, Washington, Harris, the Misfits.
Coming down to the ring, the man with a Discord title opportunity, Harris, looking to team up. A new alliance here between Harris and Michael Young.
Yes, Harris is no stranger to these team-ups, and like you said, he's started the cycles, he's on a bit of a tear, he's fired up, and this team might be what he needs to get back into this.
I mean, Harris has all the momentum in the world right now. Not only did he pick up a crushing win over the current world champion, the Starfield, not only was he not pinned in the fatal four-way match, but also he won a battle royal to win a Discord title shot. So right now Harris is riding high. Let's see if he can continue this momentum here tonight.
It's not hope emotions don't get the better of him. It's a big reunion tonight.
And their opponents. Introducing first, Keen.
And here comes Commander Keen. We last saw him win an 8-man tag. He's got a solid tag team credentials here, and he's staring a hole through Harris right now. And heaven knows why. I think he's got nothing to worry about. But
He does have history with Harris, as we said. He also has a lot to prove, as he was the only one from the Disciples of Evil team that was eliminated from that 8-man tag. Also, when Harris came back, he faced Keen almost immediately and beat him quite dominantly. So this is Keen's chance to get back on track and get his revenge on Harris.
And his tag team partner, weighing in at 205 pounds, from Mexico City, Mexico, Flapjack Carter, the Disciples of Evil.
here we go. Flapjack Carter.
newer member of the Disciples. Well, there's been plenty of new members of the Disciples, but he is one of the few that have joined after Harris was expelled from the group. So this is going to be a new challenge here for Harris, a fresh face to tango with.
Fresh face and, well, according to the Disciples, a more fitting choice for their stable. It's going to be interesting to see if that's the truth or not, but he's definitely looking to take them to hell tonight.
Well, you gotta wonder, this new side of Harris, is it enough to combat the more vicious side of Keen and Flapjack Carter? I mean, these are two men that have shown no remorse for anyone standing in their way, whereas Harris, some would say he lost his edge a little bit ago, but he's on a roll, so it's going to be interesting to see where this matchup goes tonight.
He looked all kinds of fired up on the way into this. Let's see if it pays off. Okay, here we go.
We're going to be starting off with Michael Young and Keen. Keen brushing him aside here as this one gets underway, and Michael Young immediately into a Snapdragon suplex. Making Keen pay for almost doubting him, underestimating him there.
Oh, I like a bit of confidence, but you got to back it up, Keen. So far, this is all Young's. Oh, here we go.
Keen backing Michael up into the corner there with that clothesline.
And then
alley-oop
explosive
bomb.
bomb.
These two now. Keen dragging him over the corner, and this is smart. You're going to want to isolate Michael Young. Make sure he can't get any tags into Harris.
This is strategy right here. Oh, we're going up.
No, and missed the forearm there, but able to get into it. Went for an explosive suplex, instead into just a straight up toss by Michael Young.
And a lovely leg pull there, making sure he doesn't go up on that rope again.
Well, targeting the leg, which is something we sometimes see Flapjack Carter do, as he usually tries to go for that Carter lock, but hey, maybe Michael Young has Flapjack in his crosshairs here tonight. He sends it to the corner.
So much for cutting the ring in half. Harris is on it.
What's Harris going for here? Lifting up and a pile driver! A spiking pile driver, and Flapjack's forced to tag out to Keen. And Keen's in here like a ball of fire now, attacking Harris. Harris able to dodge that last clothesline into a teardrop suplex. Now Harris locking in the rings of Saturn's there, that arm trapped crossface wrenching back. But now Keen able to elbow his way out of it. Looking to get back into a friendly corner. So far, he had a bit of a flurry there, but Harris was able to stop it. Now getting back in control, going to the middle rope, calling Harris to his feet. Just a big double axe handle to Harris.
He's just letting him crawl.
Well, crawling right to the corner as Michael Young gets back into this one with a high knee. But Keen sending Michael off of the ropes. Big spinning elbow. And back to
What a
Michael Young.
clothesline.
Went for a stomp, but Keen was able to roll out of the corner into a sit-out jawbreaker.
Well, it's been very even so far. There's a lot riding on this match. It's the first in this division, cross-brand. Anything can happen.
True, and the Disciples are coming off of a win against the Truthless Heroes in that 8-man tag match. They just went to war with the Truthless Heroes for months on Nemesis. So they've got to think, after finally sealing the deal, after finally winning that war, they might be the first in line for those new unified titles.
Very shiny gold, and I think you're right. That's got to put them right in the top contention for this.
It's Flapjack now. Goes for a cutter onto Michael Young. Michael's able to push him away. Maybe getting a bit of inspiration by Keen there, but not enough to him as Michael Young hits that big vertical suplex. Sending Flapjack into the corner there. Flapjack able to get out of the way into a German suplex into the turnbuckle. Now Flapjack targeting the arm, and now pulling back. Almost pulling it out of the socket there. Now tossing him across the ring, a single arm butterfly suplex. And now Flapjack looking to send him to the corner. And now this is a staple of the Disciples of Evil's just stomping down on Flapjack. And this is smart. Isolated Michael Young in the corner. Make it so he can't have a moment to breathe, can't tag out to the much fresher Harris.
It's the one thing they didn't want to happen.
And now, the big drop kick to Keen. Michael Young trying to crawl to his feet, but Keen's going to go for a cover. One. No, just one count. Michael Young's still relatively fresh in this matchup, so not necessarily surprised that he's able to kick out.
Absolutely not.
But after that barrage, he can't be feeling too good though. Able to get back into this by attacking the arm. And a big spinning back suplex.
We were talking about Keane with his psychological edge, but I think Young powering through after those stomps is really, really something.
Oh, there's the Brave Buster by Michael Young. He goes to tag out, and there's no one to tag out to. Michael Young needs to make the tag here. He's trying to get back control, try to tag out to Harris. Turns him around. Another spinning back suplex, driving him neck first into the mat.
Keane needs that tag badly. And a Russian leg sweep.
Young needs the tag. Who's going to be able to get it first? Harris rushing over to his corner. Young Russian keeping up the offense. Young setting him in the corner. Going for it here. Sending Harris into the ring. Oh no. I think they're going to go for it again. We saw this on Flapjack. Spiking pile driver.
It wasn't any suit the second
immediately
time.
Gets up into a tag. And Flapjack puts her knee there. Gets caught by Harris. Sends him into the corner. Now Harris just tossing Flapjack hard around the ring. Goes for a big stinger splash and gets caught with a super kick.
And another.
But Harris is refusing to go down. Harris is not able to go down to Flapjack. And now Flapjack's all alone in the corner. He's trying to lift him up into a tree of royal position here. What's he have in mind? Harris trying to get himself to vertical basis. Flapjack goes to the top rope. What's Flapjack got in mind? Double stomp into the chest of Harris. Oh, and the ref getting taken out.
Get the chair.
I mean, hey, that's a valid strategy. If they break the rules and the teacher's not there to see it, they never broke the rules.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Are you doing alright today?
Hey, listen, it's a legitimate strategy as he hits the underhook pile driver. His vertebrae might have been broken there as he sends him back into the corner.
I can Bollins go for a pin count.
Oh, I think Harris, the CWL original, gonna go for a bit of a CWL special here. Superplex to the outside. Both Flapjack just flattened out like a pancake on the ground there, but is able to get back to his feet.
Like all good cakes, he's risen already.
Now these two just going to war on the outside.
Maybe had the chance to roll back in, and that place was just too punchable.
I feel a count-out victory might aid the Disciples here, as again they have a legitimate claim to be number contenders. They don't need this win.
They don't need it, they just want it. They've got a point to prove here. You can't put a price on that, Alex. Are we looking for round 2 of this?
I think he's going for something a bit bigger here. Locking the arms. An avalanche pedigree off the middle rope. Harris could be out cold.
Harris has been taken to hell.
One. Just the one count. Harris able to fight through that avalanche pedigree. I'm in shock here. Harris is still able to fight through it.
There's a lot of pride on the line, as we were saying earlier. A lot.
I feel this is a different Harris than we're used to. With the wave of momentum that he's been on, this Harris appears to be unstoppable.
It's the one we've been waiting for, really.
Some would say one that was around back when he was Evil Dead. This far more aggressive, far more dominant side. Now dragging to the middle of the ring, and just stomping him into the mat. Now, so the referee might need to make a thought about possibly stopping this matchup.
It looks like neither one of these is going to go down. You might have to just make a judgment call.
Oh, Flapjack finally able to fight back here. Goes for a big back suplex, backbreaker.
He might not need to.
Calling him to his feet here. Pops him up.
Rumble!
By Flapjack Carter in the Rumble. That could be enough to put Harris down for a 3 count. 1, 2. No. And Michael Young able to break up the cover. And spinning moonsault there. Now, Curtis, you're the wrestling expert here. What does either of these two teams got to do to secure the win at this point?
I'm stumped at this point. I think all they can do is just keep going. It's a war of attrition. And that's what it's going to boil down to. It's going to be whoever's got both guys down at the same time. Just, you have someone on the corner breaking up the pins like we just saw. It's not going anywhere. You've got to wear them down in the first place. It's absolute attrition. It's long term. It's not going to be pretty, I'm telling you that for nothing.
Harris tagging in Michael Young. Looking to have the Aussie Assassin fly over to Flapjack and a big assist across body. Now Young. Maybe Young's what's needed to finish this match. German suplex. As we know, it's always followed by the Painmaker. And now that could be it. 1, 2. No! Flapjack Carter just kicked out.
I said endurance, I didn't say murder.
What is it going to take? Michael, egging him on, tell him to come at him. And Flapjack's all fired up here. Now Flapjack sending him into the corner. Could be going for that avalanche pedigree once again. But no, send him to the ground.
Those Keens down as
Middle
well.
rope moonsault. What is it going to take to put any of these men away?
Well, it seems to be a lot of dives at this point.
I mean, hey, high risk moves at this point have to be considered an option. Whether or not you think it's my option, at this point they've thrown everything at each other. What is there left to do but go high risk?
Well, go big or go home, you're right. But more often than not, we see someone land like an egg in a pan.
Well, maybe that's all. That's what it's going to take. Just one bad landing, one misstep, and that'll be the end of the match. But both of these men fighting back and forth here across the ring. And Flapjack needs to tag out to Keen. Keen is very fresh right now. That's it, goes for a backbreaker, turning it around into a crossface. A crossface on Michael Young. And he's forced to tap. Flapjack Carter taps out Michael Young for tonight and picks up the win for the Disciples.
That was a solid victory. It's attrition, and we saw who had the most endurance that time. On this occasion, at least.
Can't take anything away from the Misfits. They threw everything that they had, but in the end, it just wasn't enough. Flapjack Carter really proved his worth here, and now with this win over two of the top stars here on Vindication, got to think Disciples of Evil are in line for a #1 contendership opportunity, if not a shot at the titles themselves.
Without a doubt.
As we see here this middle rope pedigree, I thought this was going to be the end, but Harris was able to power through it, kicking out at 1.
Harris went to hell and back, and
Harris, keep in mind, was not pinned, and he does still have a Disco top shot, but it has to be disappointing that in your first outing as a tag team, you come up short. But again, this was nothing to be ashamed of from these two in their debut match. Big props to the Misfits, but you've got to admire the fact that Flapjack parted from everything they had and kicked out, and was able to pick up the win for his team here tonight.
The winners of the match, Keen, Flapjack Carter, the Disciples of Evil.
Coming up next, we have a very proving ground of a matchup here between Noah Morgan and Youngblood Rude. Both of these men have quite a lot to prove.
Absolutely. Youngblood embarrassingly lost at Midsummer's Mayhem, the Battle Royale.
And embarrassing bit of fun to say, he was eliminated in seconds within this matchup.
Both these guys have a lot of pride on the line, a lot to build on. Let's see how it goes down.
Let's see who can build on it the most here tonight.
Is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 207 pounds, from Gladstone, Queensland, Australia, Noah Morgan.
Coming down to the ring, Noah Morgan been a new man ever since leaving the Fabulous Furious Rings. Has been a bit of an up and down road though, losing to Dylan Vincent recently at week 83. Looking to get back into it by facing Youngblood Rude here.
Absolutely. Since leaving F Cubed, he's forged his own path. It's not always been the most consistent, but it can't be taken away the fact that Morgan he's got a lot of potential. The sky's the limit for this gentleman.
True. This is a superstar here that has all the potential in the world. Just needs to get that opportunity that he needs, and I can guarantee this could be one of the breakout stars here on Vindication. But tonight he has a submission technician standing in his way in the form of Youngblood Rude, which side will take the win? The Brawler in Noah Morgan or the Submission Specialist and Youngblood Rude?
And his opponent, weighing 215 pounds, from Brooklyn, New York, Youngblood Rude.
And the native New Yorker steaming his way in, and like we said, he's not been seen for a little while, except for his loss. And
it was a little bit more than a loss in the match. I think it was a bit of a loss of pride for Youngblood Rude.
I think that early on, you don't expect to go out, you're not prepared for anyone to even attempt it. I think he just caught off guard. It's not that he's not a good competitor for a second.
I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to, try and say that Youngblood Rude is not a skillful competitor when he gets into the ring. But you've got to admit, it looks bad when you're in an 8-man battle royal, and not only are the first one eliminated, but you don't even last 30 seconds. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can bounce back from that embarrassing loss and come out with a big win here tonight. This is going to be his first chance to show off this new style, and I can't wait. Let's get into it. Now, immediately with the backbreaker, pulling a bit of a power move there, taking a bit of page from Noah Morgan's playbook.
The artillery's out in full swing by the look of it. Followed by a lovely enziguri there.
Enziguri by Youngblood Rude now. Going for a springboard elbow drop to the small of the back. Youngblood Rude's fired up here tonight.
But it's this showboat that got him out of the Battle Royal so quickly. He's got to keep an eye on this.
This has been Youngblood Rude's fatal flaw throughout his entire time here at CWL. Is that he is constantly underestimating his opponents. He's constantly overly cocky. But, you know, he is a good competitor. He just needs to put his ego aside a bit as Noah Morgan clubs him into the mat. Going for the pinfall. No, not. It's going to take a lot more to put this man away.
Speaking of overconfidence, that was some right there. Takes some nerve to get an early cover in like that.
Well, maybe he's just trying to wear down, get Youngblood to expend some energy there. As he hits a big spinning elbow to the back of the head. Now just tossing Youngblood around the ring like a rag doll. Now Youngblood finally getting back into this matchup with a 5-K reversal. Targeting the leg. Oh no. Trying to hook him up here. Now he's got Noah Morgan tangled in knots. Lining up his target here. And a big kick to Noah Morgan. Gets a 1 count off that one. So, Curtis, tell me, in your experience, when it comes between two guys like this where one is much more physical, much more stronger, better striker, and then someone like Youngblood who's a bit of a faster, high flyer type, who do you think has the edge in this sort of matchup?
On paper, the powerhouse. In reality, once you get this strategy, once you've chopped down the giant's tree trunks, it's anyone's game. However, on this occasion, I'm going to give it to Morgan.
Yeah, so far Morgan's a good control match, yanking him against the top rope. But I've got to agree. I think the longer this match goes, the more it favors Youngblood Rude. Yes, Noah is the more powerful and stronger striker, but those big power moves take a lot of energy to perform.
Absolutely.
So,
no,
continue, sorry.
If he hadn't been eliminated so quickly from that match, I think he was a solid contender as well.
True. Youngblood is a man that can go the distance. We have seen him be able to go the distance before. And now knocking over the referee. It is not a good night for the referee so far here on Vindication. I see it's a big leg drop there.
Steve, if he had the killer instinct, he would have gone out. Ooh.
I don't think he realized that the ref was down until the time he got to the top rope. And by then he was already there, so he might as well have jumped off. But I agree that as much as I dislike the idea of someone using a chair to win a match, as it doesn't really show the true skill, it is a solid strategy. If the referee's down and someone, does use an illegal tactic, it's the idea of if a tree falls from the forest but no one hears it, does it really make a sound? As Youngblood able to fight his way out, goes into a big fisherman's suplex.
That would have done Raymondo proud. That was a hell of a fisherman's.
Oh, fisherman's suplex. That's usually followed up by that devastating knee bar. Let's see, it's a tiger suplex now. Youngblood Rude taking Noah to suplex. He goes to pick the leg, maybe going for that knee bar, but was able to get out as now the strikes of Noah Morgan able to catch him off guard.
Oh, is he picking up the GT? No, he's not.
Not going for the go to hell. Instead, calling Youngblood to his feet.
Oh, here we
Lift
go.
him up.
What's the time?
The time of death by Noah Morgan. And that could be it.
Scramble for cover. I love it.
1,
2.
2. No! Noah Morgan not able to get the victory there at the time of death.
Oh, he's mad.
Youngblood Rude coming back from the brink there to kick out. And now Noah making sure he can't use that arm to kick out anymore. Just stomping away at the fingers.
If there wasn't any strategy, I wouldn't have blamed him. That was spite. I love it.
As we've seen, Noah Morgan is the angry one of the most, I'd say, rage-filled superstars here on Vindication.
Oh, he's a bastion of tranquility. He is. Absolutely.
And we could see sometimes, much like we see with the ego of Youngblood Rude get in the way, we could see that anger get in the way of Noah Morgan and his ability to seal the deal. But they're able to land a strike to block the Fisherman Suplex, and it's the bang! And now, Noah Morgan has been in this matchup ever since hitting the time of death. And now lifting him up for a gutbuster.
But it took guts to kick out of that from Youngblood. Unfortunately, those guts just got busted.
And now kicks to the stomach, and a big forearm. You got to think at this point he's almost toying with Youngblood Rude here, as Youngblood has not gotten almost any offense in since the first time of death. And now you might want to call a coroner here, because it's a second time of death on Youngblood Rude.
The clock strikes twice. And a cover. One,
two, three. And Noah Morgan picks up a big win here over Youngblood Rude.
Second time's the charm.
It did take two, and you've got to admire the resilience of Youngblood able to pick up the first time of death, but Noah Morgan came here to win tonight. And that's exactly what he did, and he's got to want to now with this win. Could he be lining himself up for future world title? He does have a win over the current world champion, Starfield. So
he does.
Now with this victory, you might have to consider that as an option.
Absolutely, and I think this as well was just a lovely way to vent out all that frustration for the last few weeks. Get himself clear-headed and ready to face Starfield as well.
I think if there was any other competitor in that ring tonight, Youngblood Rude might have been able to pick up the win. But Noah Morgan came in here tonight with a mission, and when Noah Morgan has a mission, there is not a single person on the roster that can stop.
The winner of the match, Noah Morgan.
Coming up next, we've got Olivia Maestral going up against Sarah LeBlanc in what many could say is a match for both of them to get back on track.
Back on track. I mean, obviously, Olivia's had that start that we all keep talking about, that 3-1. That's 3 wins back to back. It's got to be said.
True, but Sarah LeBlanc also has had a pretty good start. Her only loss coming to Taylor Jones. Let's see which one of these women will pick up the win tonight.
The following match is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first, Olivia Mistral.
Coming down to the ring, the Star Chaser, Olivia Maestral, looking to pick up a win here tonight. Now, some have considered Olivia in the running for number 10 for women's title. I mean, not only in her only loss, which was in the Fatal 4-Way against Catherine Love, not only did she not get pinned, but she has 2 victories over Annie Thunder. Let's see if a victory over here tonight against Sarah LeBlanc could seal that deal.
And her opponent, Sarah LeBlanc.
And here we have Sarah LeBlanc cutting holes through her with her eyes, as always. Obviously, has a lot to prove after that loss to Taylor Jones, but I think Estrel's going to be starstruck after this.
Sarah, not in a good mood, but to be honest, I don't think she ever is. After coming up with a loss at the great match at Midsummer's Mayhem, nothing to be ashamed of that loss, but that was almost her mission, was to disgrace Taylor Jones on this big stage, and she failed. Now maybe she has a new mission, and that would be to beat Olivia Maestral and become women's champion. She starts out with those repeated strikes to the head.
Tracy has been starstruck.
So far, Sarah LeBlanc immediately with a springboard shooting star. That was the Sticks and Jones there. Sarah, I don't think she's done holding a grudge against Taylor Jones.
That was not a coincidence. I love it.
On a big monkey flip, sending Sarah almost halfway across the ring there.
Well, this is firing all cylinders so far. What match?
Now, I've got to ask you, between these two, rookies here in the CWL, who has impressed you more so far that you've seen? As Sarah
As
LeBlanc,
of that headbutt, Sarah LeBlanc.
The headbutt.
As of that headbutt.
Going to Olivia Maestral. But these two sort of had very similar paths, where Sarah, when she showed up, she made a big impact, taking out a huge star in Taylor Jones, and then went on a bit of a tear before finally suffering her first loss. You could say the same has happened with Olivia.
Oh, you can, but LeBlanc means business. She's here with a mission tonight. I just think she's got a bit more fire in the tank.
Yes, a bit more fire. Hey, she might not be the fresher competitor, though, as she did wrestle at Midsummer's Mayhem, but Olivia able to check the kick there. But Sarah LeBlanc fights back with a DDT.
The check bounced on that DDT, definitely. And here we are.
Oh, and almost a wrap around, almost like a spinning complete shot into a knee there. Is Sarah
Just got her up.
up into this match? Same corner, big power slam in the corner, throwing a slam right in the middle of the ring.
And a kick for good measure. I like this aggression.
Olivia not getting much offense in so far this matchup. This has been all Sarah, and I've got to admit, maybe Sarah's just got a little bit more to prove. Oh, there! Went to go for a big top rope move, but Olivia able to get out of the way.
Well, the match against Jones was very high profile. She learnt a lot at Mayhem. She might be tired, but she's absorbed a lot.
True, and I don't know if maybe you can attest to this, Curtis, but I've heard a lot of people say that you learn more from a loss than you do from a win. And maybe that's what happened at Midsummer's.
Absolutely. I mean, it might have something to do with the victory wine afterwards, but you definitely remember a lot more from a loss, and you pick up the pieces. I mean, I'm not much of a wine guy myself, but
Olivia needs to pick herself up outside the ring. Getting hit with that vicious Death Valley driver. Goes for a half and half, but Sarah able to roll out of the way. Blocks the punch, follows up with a forearm. Lifts up into a belly-to-belly suplex. And Sarah LeBlanc is in firm control right now. And they're letting Olivia get to her feet there. Almost stalking Maestral.
Just being sportsmanlike, that's all it is. It's nothing.
Another running Death Valley driver.
Sarah LeBlanc is the epitome of sportsman. Or sports etiquette.
A big running knee to the head of Olivia Maestral. And Maestral might be knocked unconscious here from that knee. 1, 2. No. Still some fight left in the Star Chaser. Now, looking to set her up for the end. Turns her over to a crossface. A crossface on Olivia. And will she tap out? And she does tap out. Sarah LeBlanc picks up a big win here tonight. Big win for Sarah LeBlanc. Big thing she needs to get back on track. You've got to wonder how much is this hinder Olivia's women's title pursuits here tonight.
It's got to hurt them. I don't think she's written off, but LeBlanc's definitely proved she is not underneath them by any means. And if there was anything lost after Taylor Jones beat her, it's null and void, really.
So a big win to come back to, beating a woman who has 2 victories over the current women's champion. And now, Olivia, even though she might still be in that conversation, gotta think Sarah's now added to the conversation for the women's title hunt.
Absolutely.
Interesting to see where both of these women go in the future. A big
The
win here
winner
tonight
of
for
the
Sarah
match.
LeBlanc.
Sarah LeBlanc.
Coming up next, we have a clash of what many would say titans here between Dylan Vincent and Tommy Hazard.
Yes, this is the one to watch tonight. This was the one that popped out on the sheet when I was reading it earlier on.
So
We've
these
got-
two could
well,
be
the
going to war here tonight. The person that held the disco title basically hostage from months, Dylan Vincent, goes up against his biggest challenge yet in Tommy Hazard.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Dylan Vincent.
Dylan Vincent coming to the ring, looking to get back on track after losing his disco title, picked up a win against Noah Morgan on week 83, looking to get that hot streak back rolling with a win against, well, I guess if I called this a flash of gods tonight, against the Hades that is Tommy Hazard.
Hades. I'd say more, I don't know, Perseus. He's a plucky underdog. He's humble. He's a humble man.
The man with 32 wins, which most of them he got through cheating, is the underdog.
Well, as I said about Gen 2, who's recently left, it's all about what the paper says.
Well, let's see what the paper will be saying after this one as we await Tommy Hazard.
And his opponent, from Toronto, Canada, the Phoenix, Tommy Hazard.
And through the fire and flames comes the Ace of Anger. Lovely, humble man, the family man, Tommy Hazard. This is the
give
match you want
me
material.
a break, Curtis. The humble man. He calls himself the Phoenix. He refers to himself as the Ace of the CWL.
Did he or did he not just come out of some flames? This
Okay.
man's got it all.
Yeah, he's got it all. On top of a massive ego.
Oh, he's got money to share. What a nice guy.
Yeah, someone might want to tell Scott that those bills don't work. They're pretty much null and void the second Tommy gets his grubby hands on them.
What? I just bought a house? Oh
Yeah, you might want to thank Tommy for your new debt, as Tommy has an explained ring. I've got to have it noted that Tommy has not been the same man that he was in previous months. Like, he's been shown to not been as dominant as usual.
no. Well, he's just been biding his time. He's being polite, that's what it is. It's letting other people have a chance.
Well, there have been rumors, or even Tommy's supposed to say himself, that he's been battling multiple nagging injuries for months now. You have to
Absolutely.
when is the ego going to get too much? When is he going to have to break his own pride and finally take a break? Maybe after a loss here to Dylan Vincent, well, he'll have to take some time off. As this gets underway, Dylan immediately with the back breaker to the back of Tommy Hazard. And I think that's going to be his target here tonight as he continues to attack the spine of Hazard there. Goes for a super kick, playing out Tommy.
Now I've got another thing to ask you. Miles, where is Miles? If Tommy's such a cheater, where is he?
There's been speculation behind a possible falling out between the two backstage. Apparently there was video found of these two getting into an argument, almost coming to blows in the backstage area after their loss at Midsummer's Mayhem to the Truthless Heroes.
Oh, I see.
And personally, I find it surprising considering, despite what I might think about them, they are the longest tenured tag team in the CWL. They've been around since the beginning, and to see them possibly fracturing, well, I mean, you had to expect it eventually from the backstabber himself, Tommy Hazard, but it's a little shocking.
Backstabber, more like businessman.
Not even you could justify it. Like, as Tommy now, though, able to get into this matchup, hitting that big reverse facebuster, Dylan Vincent. And now Dylan able to come back with a Hurricane Rana. Dylan Vincent's only 2 losses here in the CWL have been to Tommy's tag partner, Miles. Maybe Miles Hazard's just Dylan Vincent's bad luck charm.
Perhaps M Squared have had his number on 2 occasions now. And and there.
Big elbow drop and misses. And Curtis, you, as someone who's a former wrestler, you would know that sometimes, no matter who it is, sometimes you just have that one opponent that you just can't get the better of. You have that one person that just always has your number.
I wouldn't know about that, but I've heard about it from others.
I mean, we've seen it before in other companies with people like Shelton Benjamin always getting the better of Triple H and things like that. Sometimes there's just a one guy that always has someone's number, and maybe that's what it is with Dylan Vincent. As he was able to 7 men in one matchup, but had trouble against Miles. As Tommy now gets into this matchup. And now, looking to get a little cocky around Dylan Vincent. Setting him up against the ropes. Oh, well, goes for, I think he's going for a big boot there, but gets sent over the top.
And they're fighting on the outside. Can you justify this? Look at this good sport. What a good egg. Got them back in.
And now big running knee in the corner. Immediately to the Bulldog. Seen this before from Dylan Vincent. It's always followed up by the spinning complete shot. Drive his head to the man. That's going to be it. 1, 2. No! Tommy was able to kick out. And Dylan's shocked. Dylan is in a frenzy right now as she drops the leg across the throat of Tommy Hazard, keeping on the offense. Lifting him up. Racing across the top.
Oh!
Dylan has kept the attack on Hazard ever since that kick out. I think he's been sent to a frenzy here, wondering what he's got to have to do to put down Tommy.
I'll give you, there's a reason he's undefeated. That's because he's tough as a cookie in a jar.
Well, there's a reason he was undefeated. Remember, Dylan Vincent is not invincible. He can be beat. As Tommy now getting to his feet, turns him around, grabs the arms. Bittersweet goodbye. Now goes for the cover. 1.
Listen to me, the match ends here. 2. Told you. Called it.
Once again, Tommy Hazard was able to pick up the victory here against Dylan Vincent. And
so where were the illegal tactics in that then?
I'll give the devil his due today. He was able to beat Dylan Vincent here tonight. But you've got to admit, this was a very close matchup throughout. This could have easily gone either way.
It was a treat to commentate. It was spectacle. It was everything that on paper looked to be.
And in fact, I might have enjoyed that match if Tommy Hazard wasn't there. But Tommy Hazard was the one that come out with the win tonight. And now you gotta wonder what's next for both the Phoenix of Vindication and for Dylan Vincent.
The winner of the match, the Phoenix Tommy Hazard.
Big win here tonight for Tommy Hazard. But coming up next, we have the main event. Chris Princess joined by Fabulous Furious Freak F Cubed member Ian Smith going up against the world champion Starfield. The dream match just keep coming for Chris Princess.
Absolutely. We saw him knock one of them out the park at Midsummer Mayhem. Now he's got his wish. His wish has just come true.
This has been a wish for Chris Princess ever since he came to the CWL and Starfield came to Vindication. Let's see if he can bring the heat here tonight.
The following contest is the main event of Vindication and is set for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by Ian Smith. From somewhere in Canada, Chris Princess.
Coming to the ring now, followed by Ian Smith. Chris Princess going into what might be the biggest match of his career here against Vindication World Champion Starfield.
Absolutely. It's tough to say why Princess is so popular. It really is. He's a scoundrel. There's no two ways about it. Yeah, these people, listen to him.
The people love Chris Princess. Yeah, I mean, when I first saw him, I was a little skeptical, but besides his antics inside and outside the ring, he's been shown to be a good competitor. You know, every time you've seen him in action, he's not only brought the fight, but he's gone toe-to-toe. He can beat some of the top competitors in CWL today, and now he gets a chance to face what many would say is the top competitor in CWL, the man that held the Nemesis World title for almost 48 weeks, the Starfield. And this is a match Chris asked for. He wanted star versus star, as he said, and now he gets his shot.
And you got to start calling it from ringside.
Why, thank you, Curtis. I think you think I'm a star.
And his opponent, your Vindication Heavyweight Champion, the Starfield.
It's Starfield, and who's he got with him?
Oh, I think
let's see how it is.
that's the one and only, the Fujiwara firefighter, the big ham himself, Raymondo is coming to the ring with the Starfield, and this has become a battle between old school and new school here. Ian Smith on the outside, same with Raymondo, going up against Starfield and Chris Princess. This is going to be very interesting to see how this turns out.
Raymondo hasn't been seen since his loss. It's in absolute silence, which is amazing for Raimondo, considering, you know, his propensity for words and.
True. But now, let's see if this added element on the outside will give Starfield the advantage that he needs here against Chris Princess as this gets underway.
Let's not forget he's got the Pink Smith on the outside as well, so it's an even contest. Lovely trunk throw there. Heel throw, whichever you want to go with.
Chris Princess just ragdolling Starfield across the ring here. And now, taunting Starfield. You've got to wonder, in the biggest match of his career, is it this right to be taking Starfield so lightly?
Absolutely
I don't
not.
think he's taking him lightly at all as he removes the turnbuckle pad.
Throws it at Raimondo as well. Despicable.
Now, Chris Princess going to the top rope. I mean, hey, in removing the top turnbuckle, it doesn't end in disqualification. And it's part of the ring. So it's a perfectly fine strategy here. Maybe not, the most honorable way to win a match. But again, there's nothing necessarily wrong with it.
If Tommy had done it in the last match, you would have been sat here, spouting the opposite.
Let's not talk about him as Chris Princess sends Starfield up the ropes. Starfield, I think, trying to avoid using that exposed turnbuckle. He's been really trying to make a comeback in the sense of he wants to be seen as a fighting champion. Now, brawling with Ian Smith on the outside. It's Starfield taking everybody on here tonight. But the momentary distraction causes Chris Princess to send him into the steps. Starfield, shoulder tackle to the ground.
I'm not saying I like everything Princess does, but he is effective. But he's in with one of the most, effective, prolific. We've never had anyone like Starfield, and we never will.
You've got to argue that Starfield might be the most dominant superstar in CWL history.
Without question.
Yes, he had a bit of a cold streak after he lost the Nemesis World title to Ricky Valentine, but keep in mind that before that happened, not only was he undefeated for 25 straight weeks as world champion, going up against the elite in the CWL, but also he then won back his title and then became the first of a two-time world champion and held it for another 12 or so weeks. This man has done everything to be in the upper echelon.
Absolutely, we're looking at a living legend here.
But right now, these guys need to be looking at the ring as I'm pretty sure the ref's count's getting pretty high at this point. Chris Princess having to run into the ring.
What an idiot.
And no, choosing to break up the 20 count. Not going to let Starfield get counted out. Wants to win this match the right way, but Ian Smith keeps getting involved.
He just ran into him. Oh, it's fantastic.
Starfield lifts Chris Princess up. We've seen Ian Smith get pretty involved in this matchup, but Raimondo has not done anything of the sort so far.
Well, it's been radio silence all week, and to be honest, that sort of being here, it's not changed yet.
Maybe Raimondo just wanted to get a better look at Chris Princess. Maybe wanted to keep his eyes out on Christopher. And at this point, the referee needs to consider ejecting Ian Smith, who was, let's be honest, he's been more involved in this matchup than as many of the competitors.
Absolutely.
As Starfield, world's fastest super kick there. Chris Princess, I could hardly see that one.
It was a shooting star and a half. And here we go, back up. And now we get some mat action after that absolute brawl on the outside.
I think Starfield might have been going for the supernova there. Chris catches him into a German suplex. Gonna follow it up with a true purple rainmaker to Starfield, and he is not wasting any time. Gonna follow it right up.
Give it a bit of sparkle.
Now this is a position very familiar to Raimondo. The sparkle bomb to Starfield. That could be enough. Put Starfield in 1, 2.
He's not.
No! Starfield able to kick out at the first sparkle bomb. Now Chris doing a little bit of taunting. Flexing on Starfield there.
The mouth gets him in trouble. It's the fists that get him out.
He has now a couple of rights to Starfield, and now a big spine buster by Chris Princess. Chris Princess all fired up here. Chris Starfield, but Starfield will get to his feet.
I think you've
Back
got who was in the
breaker.
ring with there. You don't do stuff like that when Starfield's right there. Well, you pay for it.
And now a big diving swanton off the top rope there. Going for the
Recover.
cover. 1, 2, no. But Starfield not able to put Chris Princess away yet. A big back senton to the back of Chris Princess. Another
Right.
super kick.
I don't talk to weirdos, but do you know, can you imagine Starfield and Raymondo being sat together just now in catering for this?
Well, if Raymondo's been as radio silent as we think he is, maybe it wasn't necessarily a discussion. Maybe Raymondo, I don't know, sent a message to Starfield asking to be at ringside for his matchup. And that was the most
Possibly.
they talked about it. It would be interesting to be able to find out how these two formed their sort of alliance here. Starfield attacks the leg of Chris Princess. And a supernova! Chris Princess, dry her face first. That's going to be enough to put Chris away. 1, 2, 3. As the Starfield puts away Chris Princess. And what a match that was between the two.
That had everything. That had a heck of a battle on the outside.
We saw
That's
super
what counts.
kicks, we saw true purple rainmakers, and we saw sparkle bombs, but what all it took then was one supernova by Starfield, and Chris Princess was put away. But good to note that Raymondo on the outside maybe just had a mental effect. If nothing happened physically, but maybe he had a mental effect on Chris Princess in his matchup.
It's very possible. I mean, we see here, Starfield just staring at Raymondo. It's not a alliance, I'll give you that.
Not a line,
The
but
winner of the main
boom,
event,
successful.
the Starfield.
That's been all for Vindication this week. I've been Alexander Shaw. He's been Curtis Anderson. That'll be it.